All right. I haven't seen these questions yet or anything, so pretty much just gonna say the first thing that comes to the top of my head. Let's get into it. Question 1. Would you ever come to Europe to play an EPT? Yes. I've never played poker outside of the United States, but eventually, sure, I would like to. I haven't done much traveling, but I definitely would like to travel more for bigger events in the future for sure. And yeah, I'm sure I'll make it to Europe in the next couple of years. Biggest strength and biggest leak. I think this means at the poker table. Biggest strength, I would say, is my resiliency and fearlessness. Definitely. Resiliency in the sense that you're gonna lose, like you're gonna leave the casino more often a loser than a winner in tournament poker. So to be able to like come back the next day and like be happy to be there and excited to play, I think is very important. A lot of people, I would say especially in the mid stakes, they just don't seem happy to be there. And if that's the case, you shouldn't be playing, in my opinion. Fearlessness, not caring what it looks like, if this big bluff or this big call, or like not being scared to be embarrassed in front of like your peers, you know, like not caring what they think. I think that's crucial. Biggest leak. I would say my biggest leak at the table would be thinking there's like more metagame than what there actually is. Let's say it goes like a non-professional opens and a pro 3-bets them and another pro 4-bets them, and I'm in the small blind with like king 6 suited. Oh well, this is a sick 5-bet spot because this guy's just ISOing the fish and he knows that, so he's 4-betting him. Like, no, this guy just has a good hand. Like, not all of that is going on. So yeah, not talking myself into there being more metagame than there actually is. Where do you think your edge comes from? I would say my edge comes from being able to get into the mind of my opponent and how they think about poker and how they perceive me and my image. And also my memory with like poker hands of my opponents. Like I could be playing with somebody for the first time since 2 years ago at a random tournament in Florida, and I'm gonna remember the hands that they played while I was at the table, even if I wasn't in it. Like, it's scary. That's definitely it's definitely a big edge, I feel like, especially when you're playing tournaments versus people that you're not used to competing against. Like, they're here on vacation, but they live in Texas, but I played with them in a Florida tournament a couple years ago and remember, oh, they were for sure on the tighter side or whatever it is. But mainly getting into the heads of my opponents and how they think about the game. Toughest pro and most overrated pro. Okay, toughest pro for sure that I faced. I say for sure, but I just think this guy's the best. I played with him for like a week straight, Adrian Mateos. And during that week, he didn't cash one tournament, by the way, but he just made all the right decisions, like just ran bad. He definitely gave me my like welcome to the high stakes moment. Like, I'm a big basketball fan and I see these NBA clips of like, what was your welcome to the NBA moment? And it's someone like, oh, when LeBron James dunked on me, like, yeah, Adrian Mateos for sure welcomed me to high stakes. Most overrated pro, Nick Seward for sure. I'm just kidding. Most overrated pro. I'm not gonna name anybody, but I would say people that are somewhat predictable and like when a lot of money goes in on the river, they always seem to have a good hand. They're gonna be easier to play against generally than somebody who's like unpredictable and willing to bluff it off and forcing you to a tough decision. For sure. How crucial is DNEG's backing for your career right now? I mean, super crucial. I had to run so good in life to get the opportunity that I got. Like, I had to go on a sick run right before the World Series a couple of years ago. It had to be at Wynn and Venetian, where they're posting winners photos to all their tournaments every day. Negreanu had to see these photos on Twitter over and over. So like, if he's just not on Twitter at the right time of the day, like he doesn't see these. And it had to be, this happened in like March, April, leading up to the World Series at the end of May. Like if I went on this run in, let's say like September, I probably never get offered any sort of backing deal because it's not before the World Series. And originally our deal was just before the World Series. So yeah, he gives me the ability to pretty much play any stakes I would like to play without like thinking about bankroll management or anything. I mean, it's super crucial. Like if it weren't for him, I'm sure I would still be playing like mostly low stakes tournaments. I used to live on the strip so that I had an easy 2-minute commute to whatever casino I want to play every day. I just moved to the suburbs 30 minutes away in a nice house, like because I had such a good year last year that I'm sure I wouldn't have had if I wasn't playing the stakes that he gives me the ability to play. So yeah, he definitely changed my whole poker career and my life somewhat. I mean, can't thank him enough. How often does tilt affect your game? How do you manage it? Okay, I troll a lot at the poker table. Anything I say about poker at the table is just a complete troll. So I'll act like I'm tilted a bunch, just messing around, like for my own entertainment, like lose a big flip. Oh, I'm so tilted. Fuck this, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't mean any of that. I play so much live poker that like, I really don't get tilted at anything at the table. Like truly, maybe like if someone's being just like really annoying and not funny in any way, like maybe that would tilt me a little, but I don't think so. How do you manage the tilt? Well, I don't tilt at the table, but I used to. When I was living in Florida, I'm really trying to win money. I've got bills to pay. I don't have that big of a bankroll. Like when I would get screwed in a tournament and bust in a way where like I was a big favorite, I used to like go try to win my money back at Ultimate Texas Hold'em or something, where nowadays, like I don't do that at all. And that's a very bad idea. So I would say like advice to manage it for other people would be, don't try to like chase the losses. Like bankroll management is so crucial where like if you bust out, it's fine, whatever. There's another tournament tomorrow. Yeah, truly, I don't think I tilt. I think I mess around a lot and give off the perception that like I might be a little tilted, but I'm really not. How many bullets on average do you fire in the $400 to $600 tournaments to be able to bag so much every time? Okay, first of all, I don't bag so much every time. When you're like following poker, like they don't report on Jeremy Becker came to the win today and fired 2 bullets and busted before the money. Like you don't see reports of that. Like you only see like when people bag or when they win. So I don't bag so much every time. You just don't see the times I don't, because no one's like reporting on it. That means for everybody, like I think people that are not professionals think that like these pros win all the time. Like that's really not true. You don't see all the times that we lose money at the casino playing poker. But yeah, I would say to bag a big stack generally, I'm not scared of busting before the money, you know? Like it's good to value your tournament life, but you're gonna make more money on the long run if you cash a little bit less, but when you do cash, you have a bigger stack so you're able to go deeper in the tournament. Because you're gonna lose all-ins and get screwed and whatnot, but if you have the chips to be able to withstand these like bad beats and whatnot, you're still in the tournament, and that's very important. So I would say taking more risk like around the bubble and whatnot to get a big stack is crucial. Sometimes it doesn't work out and you're just gonna bust. But when it does work out, you're gonna make more money in the long term. Best advice you've received when moving up that really helped you ladder up? I would say the best advice I received was from Daniel and Josh, RA. So when I first got a lot of recognition in poker, obviously there was a ton of love and support, but there was also these haters. And you see these comments on Twitter from these accounts that it's not even their real name, they don't have a picture. They both told me that, because they've been super successful for how many years in the poker industry, and they've received this way more than I have. But when you receive the hate, it's really just people that are miserable and see you being successful and want to tear you down. It's not really in poker, but they gave me great advice because I used to want to reply to these guys on Twitter oh, fuck you, what's your name? I'll look you up, I'm sure you're killing it. But you can't do that, you know? So the advice they gave me is that with success comes a lot of hate, and you can't let it bother you in any way. I'm trying to think, best advice in poker. Like, oh, so when I first started being backed, I just didn't like, the whole thought of like makeup just didn't sound good to me. And it's really different when like you play a smaller buy-in and then like, let's say you brick a big one and you just see like you play a 10K and you just bricked it and now you're 10,000 in makeup. Like you need to look at it as buy-ins. So like, let's say I bust a $2,000 tournament and I bust a $10,000 tournament. Like rather than being like, oh my God, I just lost 12,000. Like I lost 2 buy-ins, you know? And I think that's pretty crucial rather than the dollar amount. Like you kind of have to be numb to the money when you're playing like higher stakes poker. Will you be transitioning to cash games and or moving out of the country with the new tax law? Okay, I definitely don't think I'm gonna move out of the country. Maybe play a little bit more cash. I really know nothing about this sort of stuff. From what I'm hearing from like people that know about this stuff is it's probably only gonna screw us for 1 year, whether it's poker venues making the buy-ins bigger on paper and reducing rake for on time, or the law getting completely changed. From what I understand, it's gonna be a 1 year problem. I used to just grind cash games. For people that don't know, I just got into tournaments like a little less than 3 years ago, seriously. I played cash every day for, I don't know, 6-7 years. Kind of somewhat, I don't want to say burnt out, but I definitely enjoy tournaments more. Maybe I'll play some cash game streams or something down the line, but I don't see it change. I don't see my life changing when it comes to less tournaments because of this law or anything like that for now. Adjustments to make on 1 day live turbos. Don't be scared to bust. Chips are really crucial, like especially pre-bubble, you have to try to build your stack so that on the bubble you could take full advantage. All the money in tournaments is up top, so like you need to do your best to get to the top. A lot of what I see in these 1 day turbos is people really trying to make it into the money because they've been playing all day, but that's not how you make the money in the long run. Yeah, I would just take more risk pre-bubble and try to build a big stack to have on the bubble. Most noticeable exploit that works at high stakes but not low stakes. High stakes is much tougher than low stakes. I can't think of anything that's gonna work at higher stakes that won't work at low stakes. Personally, nothing comes to mind. What is life like outside of poker? I would say I definitely used to be poker, and now I've got more of a balance where I'm golfing a lot now. I'm a big group of poker players. We go bowling all the time at night. There's some big gambling going down. So yeah, playing sports and gambling on it is a big part of my life outside of poker. I also am very into like football, basketball, and whatnot. So sometimes I'll do like snake drafts with my buddies, like all the games in the day. We'll do a snake draft, no vig, and just pick games. And yeah, sports and poker, pretty much. How are you so good at bowling? Thank you, yes. I gotta, if there's any bowlers out there, I was never in a league or nothing. Pretty much just got into it these last few months because we've been going all the time at night. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good. I'd like to say I'm just an athlete and anything with a ball comes natural. I got a 268 the other night. That's tough to do. I won some money on that game. Consistency, bowling a lot, just going, like anything. You play more poker, if you're doing the right things, you're gonna get better at poker. The more you play golf, the better you're gonna get. Same thing for everything, basically. Biggest nemesis at the table. I don't have a nemesis. I would say I love being at Nick Seward's table. Just like, you know, I'll never show anyone a bluff. I think it's disrespectful. I show value hands. Once in a while, I might need a frisbee one at Nick. So I don't have a nemesis, but if I did, maybe him. We got a little rivalry going on. All right. I think that's all the questions I got.